Hello everyone, today we have new video review with fresh kit from Trumpeter. As you can see, this new model copies MiG-29A Fulcrum, which was also called as SDLA 9.12. This model is molded in 70-second scale. We have this nice box. Here you can see this beautiful box art on the front side. Here you can see comparison with my hand, so it's not that big. On the side we can see one of the marking options, short history note, and then another marking option and some history information and safety information in Chinese. This is a top opening box, and that's what we find inside. This is a typical packaging for Trumpeter. As you can see, almost each sprue is packed into the separate bag, so let's check them one by one. First I would open the bag which was on top. It's quite a large plastic sprue, which contains various external and internal elements. So here it is. Just let me focus the camera. Now you can see it. So first of all, note that we have towing bar included into the set, which is very nice bonus for such a kit. Then here we have one-piece air intakes. So I hope that fitment will be good. Then we have some tiny landing gear system parts. As you can see, they're molded in a clean fashion, I would say. So all what will be required from you is a careful separation of those parts of the sprue. And note that tail wings, I suppose, are molded as a one-piece part, so you won't have to waste your time while trying to align this part with another one. Next we have bottom fuselage half. It's divided into two halves, of course, but it's divided in a bit unusual fashion because we have top and lower bottom, bottom halves, not like usual left and right. So here it is. As you can see, air intake section is designed as separate. We saw it just a moment ago. We also have here some, let's say, small detalization, minor detalization of the main wheel wells. And inside we have positioning slots for the position pins. So I hope that the assembly will be quite easy. By the way, the tail segment is wrapped into the foam so that it won't be damaged during the shipment. Okay, I will leave it here. And I will take the next part. Next part is actually a top fuselage half, which is also, by the way, its tail segment is wrapped into the foam. And it looks very nice. Okay, so here it is. Note that together with it is molded the almost whole wing, together with ailerons and together with flaps. Air intakes are throughout, so it's a very nice feature. And here we can see other, let's say, side of this. It looks good for me, but of course some, let's say, aircraft critics will say what should be corrected in this model. Next plastic bag contains foam. I don't see what's inside, so just give me a second to open it. Actually, it's very nice that Trumpeter decided to pack some really tender parts into foam so that they won't be scratched or damaged or broken. Okay, so here we have separate front windscreen part. As you can see, it's of course transparent part, and molding quality is very nice. Of course you need masks for such an element, but it's quite obvious, so no surprise here. Next we have small plastic sprue with two nose cones and also the cockpit floor, I guess. Yes, here it is. So here we have cockpit base, then we have some minor pylons for the missiles. Here they are. And also we have two nose versions. I am not sure why. We will have to check it in the assembly manual. Maybe it's just a, let's say, small hint that there will be another version of this aircraft. No, of course I'm more than sure that Trumpeter will release other types of the MiG-29, but the question is when. The separate sprue is dedicated to the armament. We have here several types of the missiles. Missiles are molded as a one piece. Here you can see them. The only thing you will have to do is to attach some minor elements which are molded separately, as you can see here and here and here. Otherwise, molding quality is more or less excellent, and I have no complaints here. Famous big rudders of the MiG-29 are molded on together with tail segment. Here it is, and as you can see, they're molded as one piece, so you won't have to waste your time with alignment again and with sanding and with some other unnecessary actions which can be easily, let's say, overpassed. Then we have two similar plastic sprues, and as you can guess, those are dedicated to the engine parts and to the landing gear parts. Just give me a second to open the back. I will show you only one, of course, because there is no need to show two of them. Okay. We have one piece pilot seat, so it looks very nice, especially for the part out of the box. But I would rather replace it with something a bit more credible, I would say, made out of the resin. Then we have also the engine nozzles. Here they are. They're molded as a one piece again, but detalization is not that impressive, and I would rather exchange them for the Edward items. Oh, you saw them in the report from the November Fest, so you can guess that they're better. And by the way, wheels are also assembled from two parts, and Edward also offers a replacement, very nice replacement for this part of the kit. Then we have small plastic bag with decals. I guess there is no need to open it. Then we have transparent sprue packed into the separate plastic bag. Just give me a second. Okay, here it is. So various minor items, but molding quality is very good. Despite the size of those parts, everything looks fine. Then surprisingly we have plastic sprue which is closed on the tape, not on the, like, not molded shut, so it's easier to open. And here we have two similar plastic sprues, again with armament. I will show you them in the moment. Here they are. Again, very nice molding quality. Everything is on the same level as we saw the armament sprue before. Note that one missile is molded as a two-piece assembly, so you will have to be careful. Otherwise, everything looks fine, and I think it should be easy to assemble those together. Then we have separate plastic bag with, I think, more of the transparent parts, because we haven't seen the big part of the canopy. So I think it's here. Just give me a second. Yes, here it is. So it's molded as one piece. I don't see any problems with it. I mean, I don't see any seams on the part, and the only problem here is that the masks are not included and you will have to source them by yourself, but I think it won't be a difficult task. Some others even cut it by themselves because they're professional. Okay, so the last plastic bag contains decals. Actually, there are two sheets of decals, and each one is dedicated for the own set of symbols. So there is a big one, which is dedicated for the symbols for two marking options. As you can see, we have also clear segmentation, so here is the Hungarian version, here is the Russian version, and you can just cut what you need and use it. Printing quality is very nice. There is no mention where it was printed, but as I said, it's very good, and I hope that application won't be difficult either. Then we have small decals sheet with stencils, which is unfortunately closed on the tape. Now I'm opening it, and here it is. So this one is applicable for both versions, I guess, even though we have here a segmentation. And note that we have decals for the dashboard and for the side panels, even though I would rather replace those elements on the model with PE parts. And of course on the bottom we have some advertisement brochure, surprisingly, even though it's bigger than the box, so as you can see it was slightly bent. The same can be said about the assembly manual. I wonder why Trumpeter didn't think about making a smaller, let's say, assembly manual. Nevertheless, here it is. It's assembly manual for the model. As you can see, it's printed in form of this large brochure with some safety information on the front side, and then we open and find a small poster of the aircraft together with marking guides, which are printed in color. And poster looks really nice. And assembly process, as you can see, explained with help of this quite nice instructions. So I think it won't be difficult to build your own aircraft. And on the bottom there is some more of the advertisement features. It's not interesting. On the last page we have loading scheme, and also I think there should be, yes, separate assembly guide for the armament for this aircraft. So that's all for the video review. As usual, I would advise you to check full review article on our website. Of course, if you like this video, don't forget to press the like button, because it will help us greatly. And if you wish to get the all fresh articles and fresh videos on time, subscribe to our YouTube channel and like our Facebook group. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video review.